You show up on time. You keep your head down. You focus on your work, stay out of drama, and assume that doing a good job will be enough. You assume people will notice your effort, your honesty, your quiet commitment. But that's not always how it works.
One day, you see someone else, louder, flashier, more political, getting the recognition. They talk a lot, take credit for things they barely touched, and somehow, they rise. You're left wondering, what did I do wrong? It's not that you failed, it's that you only played one of the two games at work. There's the job in your contract, the one with clear responsibilities, deadlines, and deliverables. That's the one you were trained for. And then there's the other job, the one nobody talks about, but everyone plays. That second job, that's office politics. It's the unspoken game, the whispers in hallways, the alliances built over lunch breaks, the strategic silences, the well-placed smiles, the perfectly timed exits. The problem is, most of us don't want to play that game. We don't want to fake smiles, flatter people we don't respect, or manipulate our way forward. But if you ignore the game completely, it doesn't go away. It just works against you. So the real question becomes, can you win this game without becoming one of them, without losing your values, without selling your soul? The answer is yes, but the way you win is quietly. People think power is about being loud, being the one who talks the most in meetings, who networks endlessly, who makes themselves the center of attention. But power, real, lasting, silent power, doesn't shout. It listens, it watches, it waits. Silent power is when you walk into a room and don't say a word, and people still take you seriously. Not because you forced it, but because you've earned it over time. Through consistency, through presence, through subtle signals most people overlook. Winning office politics quietly is about understanding the game without playing it the way others do. It's knowing that every workplace has two kinds of currency: performance and perception. Performance is what you do. Perception is what people think you do. You might be a top performer, but if no one sees it, if the right people never notice, it might as well not exist. That doesn't mean you start bragging or politicking. It means you start playing smart. You speak less. But when you do speak, people lean in. You don't interrupt, but you never let yourself be forgotten. You don't chase attention. You let your value attract it. People underestimate silence, but silence is strategy. While others talk to fill space, you watch, you listen, you gather information, you see who's aligned with who. You notice who really holds influence, not the ones with titles, but the ones others listen to when it matters. You become fluent in body language, in tones, in micro-expressions, because people tell on themselves without meaning to, and you're the one sharp enough to catch it. You don't rush to correct every lie or defend every criticism. Instead, you let people reveal who they are. You let the chaos expose the chaos, and you protect your energy. You stop reacting. That's the biggest shift. Because in office politics, the loudest reactions are often the most damaging. You get baited into arguments, into gossip, into emotional spirals. But you pause, you assess. And most importantly, you don't let people inside your head for free. You learn to smile politely and say less. You let others believe they've won little moments, while you quietly build long-term advantage. You choose your allies carefully, not based on popularity, but based on character. You know who has integrity and who only performs it. You play a long game, a calm game. You don't fight every battle. You win by not losing yourself, because the truth is, most people burn out trying to be someone they're not. They exhaust themselves trying to manage impressions, dominate meetings, outmaneuver colleagues. But you conserve energy. You protect your peace. You build quiet trust, and that's rare. Your co-workers may not always understand it. Some might even misread your calm as weakness. But here's the secret. Let them. Let them underestimate you. Let them think you're passive, harmless, irrelevant. Because when people lower their guard around you, they expose more. And while they're busy fighting loud, shallow battles, you're planting seeds with your work, your presence, your quiet consistency. One day, someone influential sees you not as flashy, but as dependable. Not as aggressive, but as composed. Not as a politician, but as someone they can trust. And when that moment comes, you won't have to ask for the opportunity. It will come to you. Because in every organization, eventually, there's a moment when noise burns out and quiet strength steps in. You rise not by shouting louder, but by becoming the calm that others respect in a storm of ego and chaos. This is not about staying silent forever. It's about learning when to speak and letting your silence make space for your voice to matter more. It's about restraint, intention, precision. It's about knowing that respect lasts longer than attention. You don't need to manipulate people to win. You don't need to fake alliances or flatter egos. You just need to be real and strategic. Let your presence be felt, not forced. Let your silence be your shield. Let your consistency be your message. Because people may ignore you at first, but over time, they'll realize you were never quiet because you had nothing to say. You were quiet because you were watching everything and choosing your moment. And when that moment comes, you won't just win. You'll win without ever becoming one of them.